Congratulations to our Attorney General-elect, Mr. Josh Hawley. I've been looking forward to saying that. Josh, welcome to the show, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. It feels pretty good.
I'd say it probably does, and the margin of victory has to feel even better.
Well, it is. It's humbling, Mark, to have the support of so many people across our state, and it's an honor to have led our ticket. Our Republican ticket in terms of votes. And so I take that very seriously, and I take the people's confidence very seriously. And now we get the opportunity to serve, and I sure look forward to that.
Yeah, I saw some of your comments last night as you introduced Senator Blunt. I mean, all of the races in Missouri seemed to benefit quite a bit from the very large margin of victory of Donald Trump in the state. I think had a lot to do with that.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, no doubt about it. This was ended up being a wave election in our state, and people, I think they've made their convictions known loud and clear. They are tired of the political establishment. They want people who are going to work for them and not just further their own careers. And they're also just sick of Washington, D.C. And why wouldn't they be? I mean, that's exactly right. I am too, and that's why I say as Attorney General, we're going to push back on the Washington dysfunction and start standing up for Missouri.
So you probably spent most of your time going from spot to spot around the state giving speeches for the past year, but do you have a list of things that you want to get accomplished? I don't know if you have a 100-day list or something like that once you take over as Attorney General?
Well, yes. I mean, we're going to get the office refocused on serving the people of Missouri, and we're going to start by making sure we've got a team in place that is going to stand up to the bureaucrats and the bureaucratic overreach out of Washington that's threatening our farms, that's threatening our energy, and our utility bills in the state could double our utility bills if Obama's Clean Power Plan is allowed to go through. Department of Labor regs that are setting the new overtime hours for small businesses, just a killer for small business people. So on each of those fronts, we're going to put a team in place that will push back on those regulations that are so harmful to Missourians. We're also going to institute the toughest ethics policy of any AG's office in the country. We're going to make sure that the Attorney General's office is actually doing the people's business and is a model for the rest of the state of Missouri. And I've been very clear on this and have been very tough about it. We're going to take on political corruption in both parties. We're not going to defer to the party establishment in either party. And that's going to be a top priority for me out of the gate. And the last thing I would say, Mark, is I talked a lot in this campaign about protecting the most vulnerable, including human trafficking in our state. And so we have an agenda to move forward with making the AG's office a leader in the fight against human trafficking, particularly as it relates to the children of our state. And we're going to get after all of those priorities beginning on day one.
Good for you. I did speak to Jay Ashcroft earlier, who's going to be the Secretary of State-elect, and we talked a little bit about the voter ID amendment that got passed yesterday. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I welcome that amendment. I voted for it. I think it is the right thing. I mean, it will make our elections more fair, more free, and run according to the rule of law, which is what we need elections to be. And I think that it will be my job to defend that law. If someone tries to challenge it, if somebody tries to get the will of the people reversed by taking that law to court, then my office will defend it, and we'll defend it all the way to the United States Supreme Court if that's what it takes. So I look forward, now that the people have spoken, I look forward to protecting their will and defending it. And, I think it's a good measure, and we'll give it a vigorous defense.
Well, that's fantastic. Josh, listen, congratulations. I know it was a hard-fought race, and although the margin of victory is much larger than anybody thought it was going to be, I'm excited to see what you're going to do with that office.
Well, thank you, Mark. I look forward to the opportunity to serve, and I think it's an exciting time.
Well, when you come down to visit your St. Louis office one of these days, stop and see us.
You bet. I'll do it.
All right.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Josh Hawley.
Thank you.
All right. Take care of yourself, and congratulations on that victory last night. Good for him.